Hello YouTubers. Well, absolute disaster. I wasn't able to get into my YouTube account for a couple of days, but I don't know, all seems to be right now. But I thought, oh my God, what can I do? YouTube is such a big part of my life and I spend so much time on it. And I thought, oh well, everything has to come to an end sometime, I suppose. And I thought, well, if I can't do YouTube, I might go back to doing some writing again, which is something I did in the past. And so while I was doing that, I looked up some of the stories that I had written in the past, and I'm going to offer you one. It is the story of the grief of a young boy at the death of his granddad, but what you must understand is that it was an exercise and we were asked to write anything we liked, but that had to contain the word purple 3 times. So for this video I'll offer this to you, and let me know what you think, and of course give me some comments and criticism, and I'll see you again another time. So until then, as always, goodbye. What the hell do you think you're doing? You can't go to church in that thing? Why not? Don't be so childish, Peter. You're nearly 14 now. You know very well why not. No, I don't. I can't see why I shouldn't wear it if I want to. Grandad bought it for me and he wouldn't mind. Well, he's not in a position to say, is he? But if I have to spell it out for you, it's so as not to be disrespectful to all the others who will have dressed with dignity in clothes that are appropriate for the occasion. There'll be a lot of people there, some important people, people from the county council, some from the Rotarians, maybe some magistrates, and even possibly the bishop. So if you think that I'm going to allow you to let me down by sitting there in that purple jacket with Yamaha blazoned across the back, then you'd better think again. Go and put on the jacket that I laid out for you, and don't slam the... I've had about as much as I can stand for one day, and hurry up, the cars will be here in a minute. We are all gathered here in the sight of God. I bet God wouldn't mind if I wore my Yamaha jacket. Anyway, look at you. What's that stupid looking outfit you've got on? That dress thing is exactly the same colour purple as my jacket. Bet Mum didn't think that that's disrespectful. Some sort of uniform, I suppose, to show us how high and mighty you are. Grandad couldn't stand people who flaunted their position. He told me so. To celebrate the life of Arthur. Mr. Harrison to you, you pompous prick. I call that disrespectful. You didn't even know him. I suppose somebody has written out details for you to read, and, well, why don't you just be honest and just read them out, the list, and not pretend you were his friend? I can tell you Grandad wouldn't have put up with likes of you. He said I was probably his only true friend, because we could talk together with honesty and without prejudice. Not that I'm sure what prejudice means, but he was my friend, not yours, so shut up. Many good works, not least his support of the church, both financially and as a true practicing Christian. Bollocks. I remember the day we were riding across the moors. I didn't think Grandad would make it to the top. I couldn't look back to see where he was because of the rock steps, but I could hear the revs as he changed gear to tackle them. And then we were both at the top, laying beside our bikes and laughing, and he said, I may be 4 times your age, Peter, but you've enabled me to be young again, and that pleased me to do something like that for Grandad. And then he said, here with you I can forget about all the acts that I have to put on to keep up the appearances of respectability. I remember those words. Words exactly. He said we were equal and he felt 13 again, and we talked and talked and talked about all sorts of things, and he told me that he didn't believe in religion. No, I won't tell anybody about that, Grandad. It's our secret. Just like the secret we had when you bought me the jacket and we had to tell Mum that it cost £25 and not 125. He didn't have to dress up in a purple gown and gaiters and dangle that bloody great cross around his neck to show that he was a good man. You know nothing. I wish all these people would go away. And we will commit the body to the grave and his soul into the hands of God. If you think I'm going to close my eyes to pray, then you're dead wrong. I'm going to stare you out. Words, just words. You don't care. I've seen you looking at your watch. Perhaps you want to go home for your dinner, or to some secret society club to booze, or maybe to choir practice to bum some favourite choir boy. Oh yes, I've read about those things. I'm going to stare until my eyes burn into your soul, and when you notice me, as you surely will, you'll come off your high horse then. Peter bent his head over the wash basin, wetted his short blonde hair, and read the instructions on the bottle again and dipped the brush into the purple dye. I'm going to get into a lot of trouble, but this is for us, Grandad. Fuck 'em all.